What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Ben Brick Design. Hello, Bethy B from the other room. Thank you for being here. Welcome, everybody. It's Thursday night. We're going to do some design work tonight, finishing up the VT-49 Decimator from last week. I took Sunday off I wasn't feeling really great because we had a good day Saturday. So I felt like I should sleep in and recover, but back on schedule. So today, again, we are doing the VT-49 Decimator from, as far as I can tell, it's mostly from Star Wars miniatures or the books. I don't think it's got a depiction on film, maybe in the comics. I haven't looked that closely. It just looks like a cool ship. It looks like a ramped up TIE Reaper. So we'll get to work on that. When I get a few more people in, and just let me know when you get in, I'm going to remind people that I'd like to do another quick build video. If you guys like the quick build videos, I have a couple other models that I could work on for that. They're all my models. I do have a couple that are not my models, not my designs. And if you're interested in seeing those too, let me know. I've got about 6 of those done. And I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that need stands. And I've got a whole another 20 or so over here. Maybe not that many. Maybe 15 that I haven't done as a video yet. So, yeah, so let me know. So I've got this one on order. The parts should be here soon. Oh, goodness gracious. She's in here growling at nothing. I got a dog that's growling and barking for no reason. She may hear the music. Hey, shut up. No. Shush. Hey, would you give her a treat or something to chew on? Yeah. Hey, baby. Anyway, Bastilla Sean, I'm doing a Republic Striker class starfighter next. I got those parts on order. Something about Bastilla Sean is that in every depiction you see of her in the Knights of the Old Republic, she's wearing this like orange, dark orange with yellow highlights jumpsuit, flight suit, Jedi outfit, something like that. But for whatever reason in Lego, this figure came with the Lego Republic Strike class fighter. She's in this green outfit, and I have yet to find this green outfit online anywhere but this figure. I just thought it was kind of funny that they did enough for the community, for the Star Wars community, to have the figure in there and the fighter, but not the right color. I don't know. I just think that's kind of funny. And she's got like this sleeveless thing going on, where in the comics she's got these, full outfit, long sleeves. Anyway, so I got the parts on order for that. That's a good one. I can't wait for that. That's a nice sized one with the sweep wings and everything. And then after that, we're going to do the Resurgent class Starfighter, or Resurgent class Star Dreadnought, or Star Destroyer, whatever you want to call it, with Hux, General Hux. So as soon as these parts come in, I'll order the parts for the other ones. All right, so the beer tonight is Shiner Cerveza de Verano. It's just a Mexican Spätzle, Mexican-style lager, or Spätzle brewery. So, and it's because it's Shiner. Oh, goodness gracious. Twist top. And it just poured everywhere. Well, that's interesting. I didn't hit it or anything. So, give me just a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. We're gonna go ahead and start designing. We're back to the to this guy. Had a little technical difficulty there with the beer. I guess I got a little carried away with it. I don't know why it blew up like that. I didn't crank it down or anything like that. So when we left this, I was pretty happy with the way it was turning out. But I do want to make sure that I connect the wings to the fuselage. And at this size, they're not really wings. I don't know what you would call something of this size, but it's not really a wing. I also think that I'm going to put a 1x3 tile on this. And again, nobody look at the back of the head. Now they stick out a little bit, but if you notice they have that little bit there. I might go back and change that just to be a 2, but I like that it, maybe move it back. I'm not sure. Maybe make it a bit bigger. We'll probably put a little bit of something on this back end here. In fact, let's do that right now. 2x2 wedge. Something right here. Now this room is going to smell like a brewery, and it's going to be sticky. It was not the way I wanted this to go down today. Is there enough room to do a 3? 2x3? Just little droplets of beer all over the place. The Bricks and Beers guy should be here and coaching me on how to properly imbibe my beverage. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. Maybe I can get away with doing a support underneath. It's like 2x3. Uh-oh. I don't want that going. Oh, that's in the way. Yeah, so these are gonna have to come out a little bit. Kind of figured that might happen. Until we can figure out how to attach them. So how's everybody doing tonight? How you all doing? It's a Thursday. There's a lot of other streams going on. I'm glad if you are here that you're making time to be here. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll do this. That's a little better. Nice. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. So now we can get a little bit of we can move these forward a little bit and it not be there. Nice. Okay. So keep the engine block right about there. Gonna be raised up a bit. No, that's good. We're just going to build out the bottom. All right. Let's see. Okay. Sorry. Just checking my phone because it's charging and it was off for a little bit, so I want to make sure I don't miss any important information. Let's see. What is there to talk about Lego News-wise?
Did you have a beer accident?
I did. So, like, I was like, hey, this beer. Opened it up and it just went gush.
I bet that was fun for everybody.
Nobody. Nobody's here. And if they are here, they're not seeing anything. So,
They're just being shy.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, this room is going to smell like a brewery in a little bit.
I guess there's more things.
I'm going to have to mop the floor so it doesn't get sticky. All right, now to start tying all this together because this is working, but I want to make sure that I don't get too far off. Oh, whoops. If I do too much without tying it all together, it's going to look not great. Make sure that's lined up right. So yeah, not a whole lot going on Lego news-wise, I don't think, lately. There's... I could go a little bit further in with that. I might be able to. Let's see. There's been some new releases, or there's been some, I'm not going to say leaks, but they've got some stuff coming out next year. Star Wars related, and it looks like we're getting another microfighter, Millennium Falcon, and another AT-AT by the looks of it. Microfighter, which doesn't make any sense. Of all the things that we could do, that Lego could do, they're doing this. So it's, you know, they could do a TIE bomber, they could do a TIE Advance, they could do Vader's TIE Advance, they could do any number of other Star Destroyers. They've got Von Reg's TIE Fighter, they've got the AT Hauler, they've got a Republic Y-Wing, they've got so many options that they could do, and yet they're retreading over and over again. Erica, hi! Just dividing my attention between this and a football game. Oh, football. The American version, I'm guessing, right? Thursday Night Football. So, I'm taking a moral stance on NFL because it's a terrible organization. And I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and I effing hate it. I miss watching football. I miss it. I miss watching college football on Saturdays. I miss watching Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football. And like, I grew up watching football. My dad's side of the family's from Green Bay, near Green Bay. So, I mean, it's Green Bay all the time. And then they moved to Denver, it was the Broncos all the time. And so, I mean, even living here now, it's, you know, I don't need this up. Watching the Cowboys. So, but I was like, you know what? As much as I like football, I don't like the way the league handles certain things. And they don't treat their players well, and the only way that I know to fight that is to by not watch. So I don't watch anymore. And college is a whole other ball of wax. That's the whole paying athletes, and college uses football to get money for the school, and they don't treat athletes like students, and it's just like I don't really want to get into it, but there's that. So, but I miss watching football, man. Like something fierce. So, I'm glad that you give it your eyeballs, though. I mean, if it makes you happy, because I know you guys are big football fans. So, I hope you enjoy. They're actually doing some decent things this season. I don't think they've fully regained community trust, but they're moving in the right direction. Also, yeah, I can't imagine. I tried watching a soccer game the other day. Because a friend of mine let me borrow his his ESPN login to watch a Texas State game because Rowan marches for Texas State. So I was like, well, that I can get behind that. But in the meantime, I was like, well, maybe I will watch, a couple soccer games because I miss watching soccer games too. But that has nothing to do with, FIFA being a horrible organization, which they kind of are. But like Premier League stuff, I wanted to watch some of that. I couldn't really find anything. All the ones that I wanted to watch were either blacked out or, weren't coming in that day or something. But the one I was able to find was like Turkey versus Croatia, something weird. And they were playing it with, there was nobody in the stands, and they weren't piping in crowd noise even. They were just playing with no fans. And I was like, oh, this is weird, because all you hear is the dudes out on the field yelling at each other and the ball going punk, 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 And it's kind of like, I don't know, man. I need crowd noise, because when I'm watching sports, I feel like I don't pay attention all the time. Not like 100%, 80% of the time. I may be on my phone. I maybe do something on the computer. But, you want to hear the roar of the crowd and the announcer kind of go crazy. And then you run in from the other room and go, what happened, But this was just weird. So it's a little different. This day and age we're in now is just different. And I don't know when it's going to be better. I'm not going to talk bad about my job a lot. I try not to because it's a company that employs me. So I can't really say anything negative about it. But I have noticed a pattern in people's desire to want to go back to work. And a couple other people and I were talking about it, and it just seems really odd that so many people just, it's almost like their whole identity is being back in the office and doing work, as though doing the same work from the comfort of your home is not as fulfilling. They have to have that interaction with their coworkers, and interaction over Zoom or Teams is just not enough. And it's a little weird, right? It's a little like, because, and I won't get on anybody specifically for that. But I will say that it goes counter to what I feel, and that is I absolutely love working from home. Because while I can get up whenever I want, as long as I can get my work done, and leave whenever I want, as long as I can get my work done, I could do that anyway. Like my job was pretty flexible. As long as we had coverage, someone was there, the majority of business hours. We're open 8 to 5 or 8:15 to 5:15, something weird. But as long as there was coverage, somebody could watch the. Thank you for that, Eric. I appreciate that. That'll get saved off into Discord, so I can click on that later. And I'll read up on it. I appreciate that. And if it's good and I feel okay about it, maybe this time next year I can start watching again. That'd be great because I really miss it. But the I was going somewhere with this. Oh yes. So the coverage that we have at work is fine. And being able to work from home still gives us that coverage, because now instead of getting at work at 7:30 or 8, I start work at 6:30 because that's when I wake up. I just kind of wake up, I go log in, I start work. And then at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, I'm like, I've worked 9 hours. I know somebody's going to be here kind of later. There's a guy who covers a little bit later who doesn't get in until a little later. Everything's good. I still have my phone. If anything comes up, I'm right here. And at like 4 or 4:30, I'm like, done. I'm going to go play games. During the day, I don't have to worry so much about where am I going to get lunch, or worry about it in the morning. I can just wake up and start working without packing a lunch or, checking my bank account to make sure I can go get lunch. And it is fantastic. I really, really like it. But I get the sense that a lot of people don't like it. And I don't understand why. I think I'm going to do a 2 by... I don't know how I'm going to do that corner there. Because there are several people I talk to who are like, yeah, I'd rather do this. I can do chores while I'm at home. Not like that's a huge thing and nobody really wants to do chores. But if like I'm waiting for something to get done at work, so can I move that up? Yeah, the problem is that's going to stick out funny. I don't like that. If I'm waiting for something to get done, something to reboot or download or something like that, I can go flip laundry, or I can do the dishes, or I can, you know, take a quick walk with my dog. It's just, it's so much more laid back, right? I'm not stressing about getting to work. And the work still gets done. In fact, I think we've got a lot of projects that we're waiting on kind of doing and got put on hold because we were transitioning everybody to remote. And suddenly we got all these projects done, and now we're moving forward with other projects that are kind of big, like wholesale architecture changes. There's a very similar conversation recently. I even said I would like a 3 home, 2 in the office, and our boss said absolutely not. She wants to do an in-person event for people who want to meet up. Just no. You know, I'm with you. We have 2 meetings during the week on the calendar. Most of the time it's just once for just our core team, like me and my boss and like 3 coworkers. And then we also have a once every 2 weeks or once a week meetup with our department, right? So that's like 9 people. And then once a month we have a company-wide meeting on Zoom because they have to use Zoom. We pay for Teams, but they have to use Zoom. I don't get it. And I'm like, well, this is great because it gives me the opportunity to see everybody face to face. That's perfect because I can talk to them and stuff gets said and stuff gets done, but I don't have to sit there and breathe in people. It has to be in person thing. It's like, you do know that us being here together on this conference call is in person. I am personally talking to you, right? I'm just not a glad handy, shaky handy kind of person anyway. So it's weird. And I realize that it's probably also, I'm not going to say it's it's a hot take within the company or something, because I don't know. Maybe people really maybe I'm in the minority. I don't know. Yeah, and I agree, Erica. It's so much better personally. Like, one of my coworkers was like, who wants to sit in traffic for 2 hours? Who likes that? Is that the trade-off? Like, are you so wanting to see coworkers? Now, let's be honest. The people I work with, I wouldn't consider my friends, but they are very, very amicable, fine people, right? They are not part of my friend circle. You know, I have my friend circle, and then I have my work circle. And even my friend circle is a little split up. Like, there's friends who don't talk to each other. They just don't know each other, right? Then there's my coworker circle. Now, there's like 1 or 2 people in there who have drifted into friend circle. We've played board games. They've come over for the Lord of the Rings thing. So it's enough similarities because, like, after 15 years, I'm like, all right, you are obviously into video games or board games or stuff like that. So we should do something outside of work. Those people I'm okay with, like, if I meet them, you know, but the rest of, like, the team or something, like, I just work with you guys. You know, we don't have to be around each other 24 hours a day. So it's just a little bit kind of frustrating. Because everybody keeps saying too, when this is all over and when we can all get back together, it's like, well, I maybe don't want to get back together. Not like I don't think all you guys are great and wonderful people, but what's the need? Oh, I could go on for this for everybody. What's up, Travis? And it's fine. I mean, it's not like I'm taking attendance or anything. Glad you're here. So now that I have 2 active people in here, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take a pause. And we're going to do the first of nominating. I just realized the top of my head's been cut off the whole time. For those who don't know, who are not familiar with the wedding news, we are pushing our wedding back to 2022. We are able to work with the venue to, we're going to lose our deposit, but we won't lose the half that we've put down on it. So we were able to move it to January 14th of 2022, which means gives me more time to grow this monster out and see if I can get this to get a little taller, shave it a little more. I'm excited about that. The next video I do, let's talk about the next video. Oh wait, this isn't mine either. Yeah, that's this High Defender. So I'm gonna do another video of, you missed the beer thing. Travis. I spilled a beer earlier and now it's just like everywhere. Like I just opened it up and it went everywhere. So the next video I want to do will either be 4, and I'm going to see if I can get these guys out and rebuild them real quick. Ay, this guy really fell apart. So these are the old stands that I used to use. So we can get this guy back together and show you. When I was doing these for display at the convention, this was the display I had. So they're these nice stands, right? And I printed up a couple stickers or a couple, you know, pieces of paper that then I put taped on there kind of thing. So this is one of the models. The problem is I've moved these around a lot and they've been smashed to pieces. So I'm going to try to get this back together. So for the next video that, I don't even know how this goes together. That's a tragedy. I can do, and just a, one of the quick builds, right, that come out, I'm trying to do those regularly on Tuesdays, provided I have a model to put together. If I don't have a model to put together, I'm going to have to not do anything. Oh, God, yeah, this is terrible. It is all over the place. It's just been, so it's an Imperial Patrol craft, right? So this would be one of those. Don't know how this was put together. I think just like, nope. The other models would be so the other option, one option is the Imperial Patrol craft, right, which I'm slowly but surely getting together here. Another model would be the, oh, there we go. Would be, I'm going to scoot this aside and work on that shortly. Let's see if I've got it. This one's easier. Looks like it comes together. Another one would be the, oh, maybe not. Goodness gracious. Some of these weren't built very well. Says me. This is the Mandator class or First Order Dreadnought. So ideally, I think this is not, it's not Commander, what's his name? I want to say Candy, but it's not Candy, or Cotton or something like that. But this is the ship that we saw at the beginning of Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Sky, Last Jedi. So this is Last Jedi ship. This is the one where they dropped the bombs on it, which made sense. So this is the big one, and it's got these planet killing guns underneath. So it's got the planet-killing guns underneath, right? So this is an option. I could do a quick build of this. That would take all of like 5 seconds. Some of these capital ships are just super simple to build because they're just gray wedges. Another option, and if I can see if I can get this together real quick, would be the Corvus from Battlefront. Oh yeah, this one's banged up. So there's Iden Versio. Now this model, again, geez, just all over the place with this. This model was built kind of like the is it Scimitar? No, the Sith Infiltrator, which is Darth Maul's ship. This may need to be rebuilt. Like I may need to like redesign this one. So it's got, because it's got the same sort of sloping front end. The Corvus is actually, and this may be useful now because the Corvus is actually a ship that is being used a lot, or the Raider Corvette is being used a lot now in squadrons. It's the, not the answer to, but it's the Rebels have the Tanta V4, the blockade runners, those Corellian Corvettes, and these are also Corvette class ships, but they are slightly different. I don't remember how these went together. I know that these bent down like that. So, and yeah, you can see this sort of Technic 2x4 bit in there is the same idea as the Sith Infiltrator. I just don't remember, just from looking at it, how it went together, because I haven't built this thing in a while. Yeah, something like this. It's something like that. There's pieces that are supposed to go in other places, but I'm just not sure. So anyway, kind of like that. I may redo it a little bit, but that's the Corvus. That's an option. How is Squadrons? You start playing recently? Yes, I started playing the day it came out. Corvus. And I'm not like huge in love with it like I thought I might be. Because I still think that the Starfighter Assault from Battlefront is a perfectly cromulent game. I don't think I had a lot of fun doing that. So this is another of my designs, and I forget which ship this is, but it's off, I think, the Yoda Chronicles. And again, it fell apart in its bag. So I'm having to really quick try to fix it. Yeah, I think that's how it went. It is the game itself is actually the first the game part, the campaign part is pretty good. It has a lot of details in it that link into the universe at large. I forget which ship this is. I think it's from, I forget what the girl's name is. She's a Jedi. She's hunting the Freemasons. I think this may be from the Freemaker Chronicles or something like that. And, you know, the things kind of bend out and come back in and stuff. So this is an actual Lego set. I just made a microfighter version. We can do this one for a video. trying to think. The VR is good, but I will say that the VR is on a PlayStation VR, a PSVR. It is not really clear. It is a bit fuzzy. So I don't know if it's just the graphics are bad because it's virtual reality, or it's because I have an older generation virtual reality. So I'm not really sure. If I play it without VR, there's a lot that I can't see. My TV isn't huge, but it's, you know, like 60 inches or something like that, 57 inches. It's not a small TV. Got it from Erica, actually, Erica and James. They're like, hey, we're trading up, and we hear you're looking for a better TV. Do you want our old crappy TV? And I'm like, yes, please. I'll take your old crappy TV. So the gameplay is fun, and it's very reminiscent of X-Wing TIE Fighter, the old TIE Fighter series, where you have power balancing, and you have your loadout, and you've got objectives and stuff like that. The thing that's frustrating is that the speed and the way the fighters move feels different from... It doesn't feel like you're moving through space, right? It feels very stationary if you're not in VR. If you're in VR, it's wonderful, right? Everything feels like it's designed to be played in VR. If you're not playing in VR, it's all of a sudden a rock's in your face, and you're like, what happened there? So here's another one that we could do. This is Darth Vader's tie. The fact that they don't have this one as a microfighter yet, Lego, is just a crime. It's just a dang shame. So we can do this one. They have like the prototype advanced from Rebels, but they don't have the advanced Mark II or the advanced V2 or whatever it is from the original trilogy. That could be one that we do. I wish I had that or Star Wars Ships Schematics book that we all had in high school. A bunch of designs I remember wanting to do in Lego, but didn't have the new parts back then. Yeah. That's actually something that I want to do next, is somebody suggested on Bricks and Beer about doing some incredible cross-section Lego builds. But I'm like, oh yes. It doesn't even have to be Star Wars. Just build a ship and then have half of it kind of cut away and you can see all the guts inside and everything. Like, yeah, that'd be great. So another version, I'm not even going to put this one together. It's kind of, it's already together. This could be another one, but this one is almost not a microfighter. This is another one I could do for, yeah, this is just terribly designed. And it's my own fault. Not blaming anybody for this one. So the problem that I ran into a lot with a lot of these TIE Fighter designs is that I wanted to make sure you see all the lines on the wings, right? Because TIE Fighters have the black solar, and these just come apart no matter what you do. The black solar panels, but they're like framed in gray gunmetal, right? And so at this size, there's really no way to do it. So I'm trying to and this is a TIE bomber, okay? There's your TIE bomber. And it's big. It's like almost 200 pieces probably. I wouldn't even consider this a microfighter. It's just so big. There's things I would fix on it. There's obviously a lot of old light gray on it that I want to replace. But you can see, and this thing, I don't know what that is. This thing, it just spins. I wanted that look, but I don't know how else to get it on there. And now I see that I totally do. I'm just gonna put a snot brick in there and just clip it in there and be done with it. But the problem that I ran into with a lot of these is that I just took Legos, and there's the little bombardier thing at the bottom. You can see that weird little thing that sticks out. I was kind of proud about that. Is that I took their TIE Fighter design and then I just ran with it. I used it for... And they didn't have a TIE Fighter. Lego didn't officially have a TIE Fighter, right? They had a Rebels something. So they had a TIE Interceptor. So I used that, but then I was like, okay, TIE Advance, TIE Bomber, the TIE Advance, or the TIE Interceptor, Von Reg's TIE Interceptor. So this is basically the original Lego body up to about here, right? The wings I kind of had to redo to get the length, but you can see I tried to keep it so it looks like it has a frame. But the problem is these aren't attached up here. So I'm gonna flip this open so you can see. They're not really attached. So anytime I try to move it by the edge, these things just pop right off. So it's not that they're not swooshable, because they got enough clutch power that if you do this, they're not going to fall apart. But anytime you want to move these wings, they just fall to pieces. So I tried to do some greebling on there, and it's a big honking thing. But this is one that I can do. Lego are plastic. Yes, they are, Chris. Thank you for being here. And I have one left, and it's kind of a weird one, but I could do this one too. I'm going to see if I can get it back together. It is in so many pieces. Let me see if I can get this, though. And of course, I've got a bunch that I haven't done videos for. The other one that I could do, because of squadrons, is this MC-75. So here's an MC-75. I could do this one. This one's got Admiral Raddus in it. This is the Profundity. And this is technically over Scarif. So I'm going to take him off so you can see the Scarif bit underneath it. Because these are your home base ships in squadrons, this might be a good one to do now. The MC-75s just show up all over the place. It's your home carrier. It's like in X-Wing TIE Fighter when you were in an MC-80, you were in Home 1 or whatever, right? And this is Scarif. So there's a little Star Destroyer, and this is the shield generator. I'm missing a couple pieces because I took some of these off, but there was a couple of round tiles right here for the shield generator, Star Destroyer. That's a little, was it Zeta class shuttle? The ones with the 2 wings, right? So that's the stand for that one. This would be a good one to do right now. So yeah, I think either the Corvus, because it's in Battlefront, and also the Raider class Corvettes are in the game too. So now that the game's new, maybe one of these 2 ships. Good for the next video. But I still have a lot that I can do for each video. I just don't want to repeat too much, because I take a lot of pictures of them and then post them all over the place, and then I don't want to overdo it. And this is just a mess. Anyway, I may not finish this tonight. I should get back to the design. I was just going to do the Houndstooth Bosk's ship. You can see it's way not put together very well. Because they live in boxes, in bags, and then those boxes and bags get moved all over the place. So... Oh, hey. Computer going away. No, thank you. So how are you, Chris? How's life? Oops. I'll buy your Lego Voltron for $25. No. But thanks for the offer. I'll give you $25 to never make that joke again. I'm kidding. Okay. So this is a fun design. I enjoyed doing this design because it was a little bit of a weird ship. It was fun. Like the ships that I did initially for all this were like the greatest hits kind of ships. And I felt like I was getting them out of the way early. Because no one else had done them. But at the same time, now I'm like really stretching it into some lore. Oh, interesting. Oh, he sits up there. Okay. I think that's where that goes. Okay. That's a sign. Sounds like my brick. So many zip. Oh, dude, I've got a 20-gallon tub that's just full of used Ziploc bags, and like if we ever run out of stuff, Beth always goes, "Hey, can I get a Ziploc?" And we actually have like new in box Ziplocs in the pantry in the kitchen. But if she's like, "I need a big Ziploc for my candy or this bread or something like that," I'm like, "Just go out into the Lego room and grab one." She's like, "Really?" I'm like, it was just holding plastic toys. I mean, it's not. So I don't remember the exact wing configuration, but so that's the hound's tooth. I don't know why this is so weird. That's the hound's tooth. It's just a weird, you know, bounty hunter ship. It's got a lore to it. It's got a class to it. All that kind of stuff. It's just a weird looking ship. I don't like how high he sits on that, but I don't know how else to get some of these things. You know, I might be able to work it and get a little lower or something, but I think it's all right. Not too many higher part count, but it is a little bigger than most of the other ships. So some of the ones that I just showed you then will need stands, because I'd like to have a stand for them before I do videos for them. But any one of those, so if you want to leave a comment later or just right now about which one you'd like to see as a quick build video one, just let me know. Or if there's a ship that, and I have to put this guy together later. If there's a ship that you haven't seen me do that you would like, let me know in the comments as well. Trying to figure this out. Is that all it was? I think so. Some of these designs I just look at and go, oh, what were you thinking? Yeah, that's how that went. This one I really like. I'm going to try to get it together and show you guys. I really like this one, but it is fragile AF. It is so fragile. I just really like that I was able to get it so small, and it just works really well, but it's finicky. Maybe not swooshable, but maybe at least playable. So this is the Imperial Patrol Craft. Lego did do a set of this, and it was in blue, I think. The idea is these are like police vehicles on planets. You see a couple of them in Rebels. In gray, they're the ones that kind of hunt down everybody. Okay, I think that's how it goes together. Right? Again, I haven't actually pulled this out of the bag in like months. Probably since we moved here. Anyway, so that's the Imperial Patrol Craft, right? I don't have a good stand for this one, but I'd probably put it on Lothal. So maybe some of those white spires, big tan grassy area with a big spire coming out of one side of it. I'm a big fan of using those shovels in the back as sort of like stabilizer fins. There's a lot of things sitting on a 3-wide bit there. So yeah, I think it worked really well. That figure actually came with the actual Patrol Craft set. So yeah, that's not bad. I like it. Now put it back in its bag so it can fall apart again. TIE Bomber is your vote. All right, fair enough. That'll take a while to do. And I'm not guaranteeing that I won't completely redesign it because it's so monstrous. Yeah, I'm not even going to look at it anymore. Anyway, so where were we? We were working on this guy. He's coming together pretty nice. I got the underside done. Hopefully that's pretty solid. Now it's just time to kind of finish out this back end. Get that done in 20 minutes. Yeah, I really like the patrol craft. It's small. It won't be a quick, or it'll be a quick video. I don't know that I have instructions for it. I'll have to go look. I might. But it's finicky. Like, there's certain things where if they fall apart, you have to rip the whole top off and kind of put them on and then put the regular pieces back on again. I think... that is a 2x2. Let's make that a 2x4. Please be on Lego Masters. So, this is just, why is this all wet? Covered in beer. You lush, you big lush. I keep thinking I get it all wiped up, and then it just keeps leaking on me. So I don't know if you saw the interview with Boone, where I was on his channel. But from the way he talks about it, and I know that I've had a coworker slash Pokemon Go friend who was on a reality TV show for buying a house. House Hunters, I think. I don't even know if it was House Hunters. It may have been, but it was one of those. Yeah, that'll work. And she was like, when I told her about it, when I mentioned it to somebody, they said, oh, you should talk to Erin. She was on House Hunters or something. I was like, oh, interesting. And I went and talked to her. She's like, don't do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, don't do it. Don't do what? Don't be on that show. I'm like, okay. Why? She's like, well, it's just not... it's not as fun as it might seem. I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. And he kind of corroborated that in that it was a little stressful. Like, you weren't really sure from the interview part to the last time you're on the show, if you're on the show for a long time, like what you're supposed to be doing or when anything is kind of official. He's like, it all felt like they were kind of not making it up as they went, but kind of making it up as they went. I was like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. Oh wait, sorry, dude. Thank you very much. Rookie mistake, absolute rookie mistake, all the time. So yeah, so this is what we're working on right now. The VT-49 Decimator. So that's what that is, right? Looks pretty good so far. I could even make those wings a little longer, I think. What part count are we on? 51 parts. Oh yeah, I could probably make those a lot longer. But I won't. I think it's a good size as it is. I'd just be glad to build with unlimited parts. Yeah, you know, I almost felt like that too. I'm just like, can I just play with Lego while I'm here? That's all I really want to do. I can? Sweet. That's better. And again, sorry that the minifig, oops, it's missing a piece there. That the minifig has a double face here. It makes it kind of weird when we're looking at the back of it. But the front of the face is what I wanted. So that's what we get. So more to the squadrons thing, because I'd rather talk about that. It scratches a bunch of itches, right? It gets the nostalgia. It gets the nostalgia for playing X-Wing TIE Fighter. It's still, I guess it's still a AAA rated game. It was only $40. They've said there's not going to be any DLC, but I'm really hoping that groundswell and fan pressure at least has them release a couple of more places to fight, if not more modes. I mean, don't completely just abandon the game and say like, all right, here it is. Here's your, 6 hours of single player story and then 2 modes of multiplayer, and that's it. And for $40, that's not bad. But at the same time, you're like, this could be a really good game to adapt to sequel era and Clone Wars era and Old Republic era, and when it comes out, High Republic era. There's so many things that they could be doing with this. Different battle locations, not even different modes, really. We'd be happy, I'm sure, with flying a V-19 or a Republic Y-Wing instead of a Rebel Y-Wing. So there's just a lot of stuff that I feel like I don't think they're going to do, and it makes me sad, but let's see. So it does feel a little limited. Like after you've gotten used to the game and you can figure out how to play it, then you're like, all right, what's next? And it's like, nope, nothing's next. Now you just play until you can unlock all the pretty crap you can put on your helmet. Or the little doodads in your cockpit, or the different paint jobs on which, to be fair, they don't cost real money. There's no microtransactions, so I guess that's good. But I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep a fan base like longevity for this if they don't update it at least a little bit. They're going to get a lot of new people coming in, and that's kind of be it. There's going to be another one of these on the bottom, and I don't know how to do that. So yeah. So I have some thoughts about it, but there's a lot of fun Easter eggs, and it ties into the universe nicely. I mean, Harrison Dula's in it. She talks about all the different squadrons. You are Vanguard Squadron in the game, or Titan Squadron. So I mean, it's pretty baller. It's a really good, fun. I like it game. The VR, again, is just, it's so much fun. Like, especially being in an A-Wing, because you can literally, look around and, as somebody's zooming by you, you can keep an eye on them while you're turning your ship, And you can get a little woozy from, ripping around an asteroid while you're chasing somebody, and you're just keeping your eye up like this. And then they hook back, and you get whiplash, kind of. The TIE fighters are, though, VR for a TIE fighter, you're looking at it like this. It's like, why? You look up and you're like, yep, that's the top of the little ball that I'm in. It's going to be interesting because I got to figure out how to do... I'm going to attach this down here. And what I could really use is this piece with just the plate broken off of it. Just jam it right in there. If I turned off collision, where's my binoculars? So I don't know if I'll ever give up on doing Battlefront per se, but because that has, you know, the ground combat's still pretty nice, and instead of binoculars, use a roller skate. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. There we go. Probably still need that 1x1 in there, though, don't I? Turn with the wheels facing front to back. Yes. You could almost, I think, I don't know if those fit. I think they fit. Neat. This I can't get too much bigger because it'll go over the thing. Alright. So let's see. What else is needing to be done here? Oh, the front needs this. And I don't know... I mean, I would love to get a little grill on here, but I think it ramps that up too high. See how it's so smooth right there? Oh well. Good. I didn't want to have to go experiment. I'm glad they connect. So there's always the doing the microfighter cheat of putting that little thing in front of it, right? Which I don't mind. We can keep that there for now. And then she needs a blaster. Don't even remember what her name is. I have to look up the ship, because then she's, nope, she's the one who has the, she was given a commission to fly this ship. That's, the Decimators are these kinds of, these crafts that, oh, it's got this little thing right here. Let's give that a 1x2 tile. We're just padding the brick count now. Color that dark blue-gray. Anything else that looks dark blue-gray that I could change the color on? Do those come in dark blue-gray? Oh, maybe not that one. Maybe... oh, these should be tiles too. But I think those need to be... oh, you know what? Better. Let's do some ingots. Two by two jumper and a 1x1 tile. Interesting. Is this gold bar? What are those things called? Yeah, I thought it was. Ingot. Oh, it's not given a dimension. Brilliant. Let's try that. Dip. 2 jumper. Did you know this thing existed? I'd never seen it before a couple weeks ago. That thing is a monster. I don't know what I'd ever use it for, but I'm sure I'd figure out a place to do it. See, that's still, it's just so high. I almost just want to leave it. You know, because this is the thing. This is the bridge, and that's the captain's lounge. So, I mean, there's really no reason to have anything up here. It just looks... I mean, I guess, you know, it's fine. I don't know. It just feels a little undone or underused. Let's see, what else can be dark gray? Maybe this. Give it a little sass. I think this can be dark gray in here. Or not. There we go. That can be dark gray. Wow, you're just not paying attention to me, are you? Okay. These guys can all be dark gray. Moss better. At the back, what do we got back here? That looks like it's part of a... Actually, it looks like a cargo bay. Like that's where the entrance for the cargo bay is, which is weird to have it under the thrusters like that, but... little 2x2 double jumper. Yeah, that was crazy. That'd be a cool piece to have. Oh, I see. That'd be a cool thing to have. Would be like a 2x2 tile with like 2 in the middle. You know, instead of just the one jumper. That'd be a nice one to have, like this, but have 2. I'd dig that. That'd be kind of cool. Because they do that with the plates, like this, but half of that, right? I think that'd be kind of slick. Useful. Leave the big jumper and then a 1x2 gutter tile behind your cockpit jumper to add a slight angle. Leave the big jumper and then a 1x2 gutter tile behind the cockpit jumper. I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Because this really isn't the cockpit. That's just the captain's quarters. That's the bridge. It's not really the cockpit. Give it a slight angle. You mean just like right? Oh. And then a gutter tile. I get you. The rail. Okay. You mean back here? Right here? At the nose. Like that. Oh. Sometimes it translates badly on text. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what I just realized? This guy's not attached to anything. Hello. Well, alright then. That's gonna have to be fixed. Alright, fixed. Glad I caught that before I went to press. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Behind that jumper with the circle. That on the nose. Behind that jumper with the circle. Behind here. Oh, I see. Okay. Do this, do this. I get you now. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. Do this. Do that. And then 1 2x2. You know what? If we're gonna do that, I think almost just to kind of mirror that. That's not bad. Yeah, okay. I dig it. Yeah, I was thinking that too, just maybe a tile. But that's a good there's something else I could have done with that too. But yeah, these rail tiles are super handy. Now the problem is going to be, because this is going to have to be on a stand, the stand's going to have to be up here. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be, but this has to sit kind of... We could almost just do a... and then do a 1x1 with a hollow stud. They don't say hollow, do they? Open. Open. There we go. Come on, I know it goes on there. You little punk. There we go. What are these? Oh, those are those bricks. I don't get too much lower than that. I'm just thinking that when I put this up to the screensaver's just not doing it for me. Backwoods brick speak. Y'all gonna do that? You gonna do that gutter brick? Do that gutter plate again. You know that you got one of them possum tiles, and possum tiles real good. Where are you gonna put that? I don't know what accent that was. Accent. So I'm from Colorado, and we don't have an accent in Colorado because we're pretty central to everything. Probably more vaguely, like you can probably hear a bit of Wisconsin and a little bit of California. Like it's just that sort of equidistance. But I've been in Texas for now 20 years, maybe a little longer, and 21 years. No, goodness, 23 years. And the people that I know really don't have a Texas accent. The person that I moved down here and got married to, her and her family fought their own accents. They're from West Texas. So they fought very hard to kind of dull their accent a little bit. It comes out when they're sleepy or drunk or angry or whatever. Beth is from Kentucky, and she has almost zero accent. She also tried to kind of dull her accent a little bit, which I guess I don't completely understand why you would do that, but I kind of get it. But I'm surrounded by people who don't have really heavy accents. But every once in a while, and I don't know why, it just twangs out of me. It's just like, y'all, and I almost feel like it's not earned because I'm not from here. See, this is going to be a problem because that's going to bump into that. I don't know how I'm going to make a stand out of this because this is supposed to be, when I eventually do this, the stands all have this sort of configuration here. Right here. Have this own configuration right here. There's a lot of people in my office also that are from Austin originally, and they don't necessarily have a huge thick accent, but they've got kind of a big, it's slightly Texas, but it's also a big kind of presence and boomingness and everything like that. Oh yeah, so the this brick, yes, I agree with you, Travis. There's this bracket. For the longest time, I don't know why, but we called these hinges. I think because they looked like partially closed door hinges, but we would always call these hinges. Sometimes arches. We would call them arches for some reason. These were always wing plates. I can't remember how many other things we had. But yeah, so in doing a lot of this, you have to know what at least Bricklink called it. And Bricklink sometimes does what Lego calls it, but not all the time. 2 clean washing machine bricks to start the stand. 2 clean washing machine bricks. That's a new one to me. I think we've already discussed this. Washing machine bricks. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Washing machine bricks. So they have to be clear. I'm trying to think of something that's clear. These come in clear? They don't. Okay. Well, maybe I was wrong. What about that one? Is that coming clear? No. That's not a bad idea. I don't think the weight will be good. But yeah, because the weight will be right here. In fact, let's check stability. This is kind of a fun thing. If we were just going to set it up right here. Warnings. Why is that a warning? That should be fine. I don't think they realize it. Yeah, I mean, warning, this head doesn't fit this hair. Half the time I don't believe any of this. Clutch power issues. Okay. At this size, I'm not concerned about any of that. But one stability issue. What's the stability issue? Okay. Connectivity. Nope, no connectivity problems. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's good. I think I'll figure it out. I could probably do... headlight bricks? Washing machine? Is that a washing machine brick? Do those come in clear? They do. I don't know how these... Maybe because they're out of the way? No. Interesting. I don't know if these are what you call washing machine bricks. Can always go like this. Yeah, I don't know what I called these originally, but it was not washing machine or headlight. It was something else. But I can totally see washing machine. And yeah, because these are offset. If you do it like that, it's slightly offset. I can see that being... Yeah. Yeah, I'll play with that. And again, this isn't something I build into the set. I just need to, you know... There's a couple other sets of models that I've done that have like zero way to attach, and I had to be really creative about it. But for the most part, I think they... Oh, well, like anything that's snot brick, I'm going to go... So there you go, VT-49 Decimator. I think we pulled it off. Looks from the top, right? Got our bridge, got our other thing. The wings kind of stick out a little farther up there. That's not too bad. Got the wing shape. The back, it's got the little thruster things in there, right? Got our two guns. I think it looks good. Send it to print. So yeah, so here's like an example of float them back to back. Okay, I've got a couple. I'll play with it once I get it built. This is an example of something that I would have a problem with because this is, it's mirrored, it's not, there's, you know, how do you attach that? So the only way I know how to do it is to put one of these Technic lift arms, just the 2-length Technic lift arms, which are really hard to find and are actually kind of expensive. I have like almost none of these. I also don't have a lot of Technic, so, but those work pretty well. And this is, I think, technically an illegal connection. I don't think you're supposed to do that. I don't know any other way to really do that, but unless you build the stand upside down, which can be done. So I think I'm about done with that. Ty Bomber gets a vote for the video on Tuesday, so I'll take this guy apart and put him back together. I may, in the process, like change up a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I just think it's the clunkiest one that I've got, and it's... So, yeah. So, let's take a look. So this is not... This is on the smaller side of ones that I've got. The Geonosian Fighter. And then if you compare it to... Well, let's take a look at an actual microfighter. Do I have one? It's not in a billion pieces. All these are all in a billion pieces because they keep getting moved everywhere. Is that one? No. Okay, yeah, they're all crushed because my cat lays on the box. Have them all in Ziploc bags, and the cat lays on them and just crunches down. But I would have to say that the V-wing is probably a good indication of how big actual microfighter sizes are. So this is a pretty good approximation of the size of a microfighter, right? It's probably about 8 wide, about 10 long. You know, it's probably a little on the long side, actually. But you know, those are roughly the same. So here it is compared to the TIE Bomber. It's just huge. It's so big. And again, there's a lot of things I may do differently, like these flick missiles in the bottom. They're great for holding these bulbs, those light pieces, but you can get away with doing a half pin in there if you wanted. And I have 2 of those because then there's, you know, I put 2 on the other side, and it's like these, I don't know what those are, you know, dummy rockets or something. And they also don't fit really well. Like, I think there was a build issue with them rubbing up against that. This whole center section can probably be taken out. The insides can be shortened. Like, this whole thing can be shortened a little bit. But I mean, it's a pretty good, this is actually what it looks like. You know, I was really happy with the way it turned out. But yeah, we'll do that one. We'll make a video of that one. So thanks for the vote. You'll see that go up on Tuesday. And then I should have the parts for the Republic Strikecraft and Bastilla Shan sometime soon, hopefully by next week. And I'll order parts for the other, what was it, the Mandator class, Resurgent class Star Destroyer with Hux. And then we'll just start building some more, man. And then I want to also figure out how to do, I've got all my parts for my big build with Beggar's Canyon, so I'm going to start building up the sides of those. I'll take some pictures and put on Instagram. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being here on a Thursday night. Hopefully I will be back on Sunday and probably just do some more design work. I don't have anything to build. I don't have any new sets or anything. So, yeah, so there's that. So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks again. Bye.